Okay, so this section is where we're going to go through how to get the board set up with the recording software, which is already on the PC. So we're recording onto Studio One. You can actually record onto a different recording software. Say if you've got Logic or Pro Tools and you want to record straight onto your laptop, there is a MIDI cable located in the back, and that one will go straight into your PC or your laptop, and you can record the channels in the best way you know how with that software and how that works. So first of all, we're going to turn on the X32, so the on switch is at the back over there. And the first thing we're going to do on the X32 is just make sure that we've got some sound coming through. So we are just going to preset the left and right output, put that at 0 decibels, and then come over here to the different layers. So we've got all our instrument inputs as our over here, and then we're going to come down to not channels 1 to 16, not 17 to 30, but the aux in and USB ones. And as you can see, we've got a signal coming through because I've got music coming through the PC, which can also be tested with a pair of headphones. Those can either be plugged straight into the board, or you can use their headphone amplifier, which I'll go into in a minute. So the next thing you want to do before you start doing any recording and setting up the Studio One template is that you definitely want to make sure that all the inputs are going out to the computer and to the recording software. So you can double check this by going to routing, and then we've got inputs, and we've got local. Local just means that what is already plugged in through the snake in the studio. And then you want to make sure you go over to card, and they are also selected as local. If they're selected as something else, it won't read. It won't read into the recording software. So the next thing you want to do is come over to the PC and find Studio One in the corner here and get this going. So once you come to the login, we're just going to go to New Song. And within the new song, we've got some user templates, and we want the X32 Studio One 32 channel template because the board has 32 inputs that we could potentially use. But this is already set up with the right sample rates and everything that you should need. Now, we don't need to use all 32 channels, of course. In fact, for the recording I did last week, so I just deleted some of the channels and just made it look a little bit cleaner. So in the end, the other day, I only used 4 microphones. At the moment, the board is already set up with the first 4 inputs being for the SM7B microphones. Now, if you're not sure what the SM7B microphones are, I'll bring you over to them. These are great microphones because they don't pick up a whole lot of room noise. And so they're ideal for these sorts of recordings where you want to minimize some of the echo of the room. They have a really close proximity, and they're just fantastic microphones. Whereas there might be some like performance microphones like a SM58, the kind of round top ones, which will probably pick up a little bit more of the room sound and echo and additional sounds, whereas these are fantastic. So these guys are plugged into the first 4 inputs. So if we come over to the snake, we can see that the snake has a whole bunch of numbered inputs. So the first 4 inputs are what the SM7Bs are going into the desk. Now these SM7Bs don't actually have that much power, so their volume is pretty low. So what we also have to do, this is already set up and left, but we plug it into the Cloudlifter, and what that does is it gives the SM7Bs a bit of a boost in volume. It just increases the amount of decibels we can get out of them and has a nicer signal. So the SM7Bs go into this Cloudlifter, which then go out to the inputs in the snake, which then feed back to the board. So with the SM7B podcasting setup, we also have access to things in the Creative Studio like clamps for the SM7Bs, so it can absorb some of the shock when people tap on tables. It makes it look a bit more fancier. Each podcaster, if they want to, can have access to a headphone output if they want to. Or there are some headphones here that they can use, but we're basically going to show you how to do a monitor mix and what this is. So I've assigned buses over here on the right hand side, and buses are great because they're really flexible tools just to customize stuff on the on the board. So if you get a bit more in depth into them, you can use buses to customize whatever basically. But we're going to go over to buses 1 to 8. And if you can see here on the board, you've got the HM800, and this one says 5 to 8, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what this is basically is it's this headphone amplifier up here. So we're going to switch this headphone amplifier on there, and this is what the board sends out to the different monitor mixes over here basically. So if you come back to here, you've got outputs 5 to 8. So if you kind of come back to the headphone amplifier, 5 to 8 would be just be a general mix from that one channel that you have down here basically. So if I was mixing it to go into the recording software, that would be the headphone output. I could use any one of these as like a general mix to send it on to people. Or if you've just got other people listening that want to listen along with you, that's just your general mix for anyone that wants to use it. So the customization part comes from your output 1, 2, 3, and 4, which has been assigned to these guys over here. So you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's what lines up with it. So first of all, make sure that none of these are muted, otherwise no one will be able to hear themselves, and that you've got the faders coming up generally. So the reason it's got signal at the moment is because there's still music playing from the computer, so they've still got sound. So bring the sound up just a little bit on the monitors, not too much, otherwise you could end up blowing up people's ears. So in order to mix people's personal monitors, say the person using the headphone output 1, this one here, wanted a little bit more vocal 1, I would select that channel and then I'd hit send on faders. And if you saw there, it changes because now this isn't the mix that's going into the computer. This is the mix of that specific headphone that the musician's listening to. So I can customize what that musician's hearing. So if they want a bit more of vocal 1, I can give them that. Or if they're a guitarist, I can give them a bit more of that. If singer number 4 is being too loud, you can take them down. Just always remember to turn off that send on fader button. Otherwise, you'll just be mixing someone's ears. So that's the easiest way to do it. So what we would do to actually supply a musician with that headphone output is that we would take a headphone extension cable, and if we're going to musician 1, the output 1 that we talked about on here, and we want to give them that feed, then we take the headphone extension cable and we take it all the way over, and it would look something like that basically. So you might need to get a 1/4" jack adapter to go in there to actually fit most in-ears or headphones, or we do have the big canned headphones here which already have a bigger jack, a bigger 1/4" that goes into there, which works. However, they don't look awesome, those big chunky headphones, when you're doing recording, so it looks nicer if you just have the in-ear buds that most musicians use for gigging and stuff.